Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Sorry for the inconvenience. Somehow I could not join the website, but we'll have it on Zoom today. So let's chant our Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim Yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam. Namam Vishwapadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So dear devotees, we are going to begin chapter 2 of Jaiva Dharma by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahashaya. We have already discussed chapter 1 of Jaiva Dharma, where the nature of the spiritual world, the nature of material world, and the nature of the Jiva was briefly described. The second chapter is entitled The Nitya Dharma of the Jiva is Pure and Eternal. Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto. That is the Swarup of the Jiva. It is similar to that of Krishna, because we are Mamaya Amsha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. As Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, we are his karna, we are his part and parcel, Amsh. So that is the second chapter of Jaiva Dharma. It was supposed to be on May 1st, but we could not have last week. So we are describing the conversation between the sannyasi Thakur from Varanasi, who used to be an impersonalist, but simply by having darshan of a pure devotee, a desire arose in the heart of the sannyasi Thakur to come to Shri Vrindavan Dham and then to Shri Mayapur Dham and seek out the association of pure devotees. And he comes in the presence of Shri Premdas Paramhams Babaji Maharaj, who is a disciple of Shri Pradyumna Das Brahmachari, who is an associate of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sannyasi Thakur has taken full shelter of Shri Premdas Babaji Maharaj. He has taken permission from his Param Guru, Shri Pradyumna Das Brahmachari, to take shelter of Shri Premdas Paramhams Babaji Maharaj. and receiving the blessings, he has started staying with Shri Premdas Paramhams Babaji Maharaj. He is chanting Harinam every day, more than 1 lakh. He is staying in Godrum Dweep, which is a very holy place in Shri Navadvip, Mayapur Dham. And he has taken Ekanta Ashraya of his Guru Pada Padma, lotus feet of his Guru Dev, Shri Premdas Paramhams Babaji Maharaj, just staying with him. By staying with Guru, by being surrendered to Shri Guru, one gets the adhikar to ask questions and get instructions from Guru. The Mahaprasad of Shri Guru, Guru's Uchchishta, Charanamrit, and Padadhuli, only someone who is Sharanagat has the adhikar over these 3 Mahabalavan Vastu of Shri Guru. Bhakta Pada Dhuli Ara Bhakta Pada Jal, Bhakta Bhukta Avashesh, 18 Mahabal. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes in Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, that 3 things are very powerful in this world. Bhakta Pada Dhuli, the dust from the lotus feet of a pure devotee. Bhakta Pada Jal, water that has washed the lotus feet of a pure devotee, Charanamrit. Bhakta Bhukta Avashesh, the remnants of the food left behind by a pure devotee. 3 Mahabal. These 3 are very powerful substances. But these 3 Mahaprasads of Shri Guru can only be taken by someone who is Sharanagat. If a great Vaishnava has come and there is Mahaprasad in his plate, we should not just distribute it to all the devotees. Mahalo. They don't have the adhikar, because Guru is taking their reactions by giving Uchchishta. So only someone who is seriously surrendered has the right. Therefore, we should take remnants of our Guru Dev only. Guru Varga. We can have many Gurus, but we should be Sharanagat. That is the point. Otherwise, we don't have a right on the Charanamrit, on the Padadhuli, and the Uchchishta. We should not just take Padadhuli. We should have affection for that person. We should have service attitude for that person. We should be surrendered to that Vaishnava. So Sannyasi Thakur got the adhikar to serve, ask questions, receive instructions from Shri Premdas Paramhams Babaji Maharaj, because Sannyasi Thakur had Shraddha, had faith. And he voluntarily came and took shelter of Shri Premdas Paramhams Babaji Maharaj. Now he is asking questions. So these are the questions by Sannyasi Thakur, who is not yet initiated, but he is Sharanagat. He has taken Guru Padashraya. Guru Padashraya, taking shelter of the lotus feet of Shri Guru, comes before Diksha. So he is surrendered. He has taken shelter of Gurudev, and now he is asking these 2 questions. Last time, in the first chapter, the question was, what is Dharma of the Jiva? And it was systematically explained who is Jiva, who is Bhagwan, what is Maya, what is Nitya Dharma of any Vastu. There is Nitya Dharma and there is Naimittik Dharma. Nitya Dharma is eternal, and Naimittik Dharma is based on time, place, and circumstances. Kala Desha Patra. Kala Desh Paristhiti. It changes. Now, the second question in the first chapter was why the Dharma has been described differently by different authorities. Remember, there are 6 schools of thoughts, 6 schools of philosophy. So the answer was given that according to Srimad Bhagavatam, the ultimate Dharma of the Jiva is to be a servant and to serve Krishna. Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo yatho bhaktir adhokshaje. Or to quote directly the words of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Srila Sanatan Goswami Pad in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jivera Swarup hai Krishnera Nityadas. Krishnera Tatastha Shakti, Bhed Abhed Prakash. And we discussed how, just as Srimad Bhagavatam, the Paribhasha Sutra is Ete Chamsa Kalapumsha, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all other Vishnu Murtis are Krishna's Amsha or expansions of Krishna. Amsha and Kala. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. That is the fundamental theme of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam explains this sutra, that Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. Similarly, Jaiva Dharma, the sutra that Jaiva Dharma explains is this verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jivera Swarup hai Krishnera Nityadas, Krishnera Tatastha Shakti, Bheda Abhed Prakash. The dharma of the Jiva, Jaiva Dharma, is described in this verse by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahasaya is elaborating. The whole book, Jaiva Dharma, is like that. There is a very wonderful sadhu in Vrindavan, our Gaudiya sadhu, that I had the very good fortune of meeting in 2019. And I came to know about the bhajan of this very great sadhu. Since 1992, which means 31 years, this sadhu has chanted 64 rounds every day. Not one day he has missed. Every day 64 rounds, which means chanting for almost 6 to 7 hours or even more. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Lives in Shri Vrindavan Dham and always serving some great soul, some pure devotee. Just serving, menial service. No pratishtha, nothing, just serving. Since 1992, 64 rounds every single day. Every single day. It is said that in Kali Santarna Upanishad, for 15.5 years, one chants 64 rounds every day. Then one can complete the Sankhya that Lord Brahmaji tells Shripad Narad Muni about, the 35 crore Sankhya. It will take 64 rounds, 15.5 years. This sadhu for 31 years today has been chanting 64 rounds every day, which means he has completed that Sankhya twice in Vrindavan Dham while engaged in the service of sadhus. And for the last 31 years, this sadhu has not only chanted 64 rounds every single day, but has read one chapter of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Jaiva Dharma every single day. Hare Krishna. I was so happy to hear this. 64 rounds every day, Vrajvas, Vaishnav Seva, and one chapter of Jaiva Dharma every day. Because Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given the essence of the Upanishads, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and the writings of our Acharyas, like Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, in Jaiva Dharma. He has taken the essence of Ujjwal Nilamani, Shat Sandarbha, everything, and in essence, he has given it in these less than 50 chapters. So one chapter of Jaiva Dharma every day, 64 rounds every day. I was so happy. This sadhu is so great. So this is our parampara. Harinam, Vaishnav Seva, and Prachar. Jibe doya name ruchi, Vaishnava Sevan. 18 chhadi dharma nahi suno sanatan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, according to Sri Vamshidas Babaji Maharaj. So Sannyasi Thakur is asking questions to Siddha Premdas Paramhams Babaji Maharaj. So the first answer to the first question was that the dharma of the jiva is to love and serve Krishna. Why this dharma is described differently by different authorities? Sri Thakur Mahasaya explained in the chapter 1 that there is Nitya Dharma and Naimitik Dharma. Nitya Dharma is the same, but based on time, place, and circumstances, it may be described differently based on the audience. And Naimitik Dharma keeps changing based on time, place, circumstances. So it depends which dharma one is talking about. Nitya Dharma essentially is same, but it will also be presented in slightly different way based on the time, place, and circumstances. Lord Krishna spoke Nitya Dharma to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra and to Uddhav. You see? So, in essence, there is no difference between Bhagavad Gita of Mahabharata and Uddhav Gita of Srimad Bhagavatam. In essence, message is same. Krishna is God and Bhakti is our Dharma. But the details, the technicalities, they may differ. There are some things that are there in Bhagavad Gita which are not there in Uddhav Gita, and there are things in Uddhav Gita which are not there in Bhagavad Gita. So both are Nitya Dharma, but presented differently based on time, place, and circumstances. Naimitik Dharma, because it is temporary, it is occasional, it is described differently. There will be a lot of variation. For example, Lord Buddha coming and saying, just give up all Vedic rituals, be non-violent. That is for a particular audience at a particular time for a particular purpose. Naimitik Dharma. It cannot be eternal Dharma. That instruction cannot be given to Arjuna, who is already a great devotee. It's not applicable. You see, that is a difference between Naimitik Dharma and Nitya Dharma. That's why Dharma is described differently by different people. So that was the end of the first chapter. Now we start the second chapter. Second chapter begins with Sannyasi Thakur posing these two questions to Shri Premdas Paramhams Babaji Maharaj. First question: if the jiva is anu, very small, infinitesimal, the jiva is a vastu and Krishna is vastu. Krishna is vastav vastu. Krishna is brihad chid vastu. Chid means spiritual. Vastu means any object that has existence. Anu means small and brihad means big. Krishna is brihad chid vastu and the jiva is anu chid vastu. Infinitesimal. Infinitesimal means the opposite of infinite. Krishna is infinite, we are infinitesimal, we are very small. Krishna is brihad chid vastu, he is vastav vastu, and we are anu chid vastu. So if the jiva is so small, if the jiva is so insignificant, if the jiva is just one among innumerable jivas, how can jiva's eternal dharma be full and pure? How? Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto. Krishna is Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto. But how the jiva who is so small can have Nitya Dharma which is full and pure? For example, you take a cup of water. The Nitya Dharma of water based on its ghatana, H2O, is that it is liquid. It has got fluidity. But you boil that water, it will evaporate. You freeze that water, it will become hard ice. So it's liquid, but sometimes it becomes gas, sometimes it becomes ice. Ice, you melt, again it will become liquid. Water vapor, you condense it, again it will become water. This is a cup of water. Its dharma keeps changing. It is not fixed. Then how a jiva, which is smaller than a cup of water, it is very, very small. You take a tip of a hair, divide into 100 pieces, take one of that piece, divide that into 100 pieces. Practically, it is microscopic, the jiva. Anu. such a small jiva, then how its dharma can be full and pure? That is the first question. If jiva is so small, how the jiva's dharma, Jaiva dharma, can be full and pure? How it can be eternal? How it can be shuddha? That is the first question. Second question that Sannyasi Thakur asks Shri Premdas Paramhams Babaji Maharaj is, if the natural function of the jiva is formed at the time it is constituted, ghatana, how can that function be eternal? Hari bol. We say that jiva is a vastu. The nitya dharma of the vastu is based on its ghatana, which happens according to the desire of Krishna. This we saw in the first chapter. So if the jiva is constituted, agar jiva ki ghatana hai, then how that dharma can be called eternal? It seems to have some origin. When the jiva is constituted, it is made in such a way that it is meant to serve Krishna. Jivara Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. How it can be Nitya? If the Nitya Dharma of a jiva is based on its ghatana, ghatana to kisi samay pe hoti hai na? Ghatana happens in reference to time. So how the jiva can be called, how the dharma of the jiva can be eternal? That is the second question. Shri Premdas Paramhams Babaji Maharaj replies, although the jiva is anu, infinitesimal, it's very small and insignificant, the dharma is full and eternal, pure and eternal. It is nitya. Yes, the dharma of the jiva is nitya. How is that? Bhagavan Shri Krishna is the one and only infinite vastu, brihad chid vastu, vastav vastu, and the jivas are his innumerable atomic particles, anu chid vastu. We are Krishna's karna, amsha. We are atomic particles, very small. Krishna is infinite. Infinite means not he's 6 feet, 7 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet. No. Krishna is infinite. No space, no time can limit Krishna. The spiritual dimension is a different dimension. Material dimension has mass, volume, size. Spiritual vastu, chid vastu, is beyond space and beyond time, beyond these mundane dimensions of length, breadth, width, weight, density. No. These are material parameters. They cannot be applied to a chid vastu. And Krishna is the vastav chid vastu, the original, real substance, brihad chid vastu. Krishna is the one and only infinite substance, brihad chid vastu. Ekela Ishwara Krishna, Ara Sara Bhritya. Ara Sava Bhritya. Everyone is Krishna's servant. Krishna is the only God. So jivas are innumerable atomic particles, anu chid vastu. How do you understand? Like sparks of fire emanating from an undivided fire. Imagine a big, huge fire like the sun planet. And so many sparks come. The jivas emanate from Krishna. Just like a small flame, spark might come from the sun. Just as every spark of fire is endowed with the potency of the complete fire, the spark emanating from the fire is very small, but it is fire. It's a small fire. It has all the properties of fire. Similarly, the jiva is coming from Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayak Satchidananda Vigraha, Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Yes. But because it is coming from Krishna, as Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mama Amsha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, we have the qualities of Krishna. Just like a small little spark of fire coming from the big fire has actually all the qualities of fire. It's very small, granted. It's very small. It's the 1 millimeter spark. And the fire may be huge. But that 1 millimeter spark of fire is also fire. Very small fire, but fire. Just as every spark is endowed with the potency of the complete fire, so also each and every jiva, which is we, each and every soul, each and every jiva is capable of displaying the full function of consciousness. The characteristic of a Chid Vastu is Chetana. Therefore, Krishna is called Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means he is eternal, Chit means he is all cognizant. All cognizant. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyami cha bhutani mam tu vedana kascha. Vedaham samatitani. I know everything. That is Krishna. Chid, Shakti. Sat, Chit, Anand. So this consciousness is there. Similarly, in this body, there is Chetana, there is consciousness because of the soul. When the soul leaves, the body becomes achet, becomes devoid of consciousness. Then it is burnt or buried. So each and every jiva is capable of displaying the full Chit Shakti. Because this Chit, it is Anu Chid Vastu, but it is Chid. It has got consciousness. And Krishna is Brihat Chid Vastu. Now see, Shri Babaji Mahashaya is explaining Sannyasi Thakur, if a single spark of fire has access to enough fuel, like gasoline, petrol, it can kindle a blazing fire that will incinerate the whole world. Hai small spark of fire, okay? If it is given enough fuel, imagine the whole earth is covered with gasoline, with petrol, and there is dry wood everywhere, dry grass everywhere. How much fire it will take to incinerate the whole earth? One small spark is enough, isn't it? One small spark is enough. If it is given enough fuel, if the condition is favorable, itna power hota hai ek spark of fire mein. Similarly, even a single jiva can bring about a great inundation of love by obtaining Krishna, who is the real object of love. Krishna is the Vishaya Vigraha. He is the object of our love. If one Premi Bhakta is there, he can inundate the whole world with Krishna Prem. Shri Babaji Mahashaya is saying, Shri Prem Das Paramamsa Babaji Maharaj. Example of that is Srila Prabhupada, our Prabhupada. Shri Srimad Abhay Charana Arvind, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. One Jeev came to America and really caused a flood of Krishna consciousness, inundation of Krishna consciousness. Similarly, even a single jiva can bring about inundation. Inundation means flood. It is only when the jiva is in connection with its Vishaya Vastu. Vishaya Vigraha. Who is Vishaya Vigraha? Krishna. Who is our Ashraya Vigraha in Bhakti? It is Srimati Radharani. Chaitanya Charitamrita describes Shri Radha is Ashraya Vigraha. Shri Krishna is Vishaya Vigraha. He is the object of our love. And hum kiske ashrit hai? Radharani. She is the Ashraya Vigraha. Every devotional service, every act of devotion that we perform, it is performed under the superintendence of Shri Radha. It is only when the jiva is in connection with its object, Vishaya, object of love, the Dharma Vishaya. Our Dharma is Prem. Prem for who? Not Prem for some prapanchik vastu. Not Prem for some fallible person. Prem for the infallible Lord, Krishna, Achyut. So Dharma is Prem and Vishaya is Krishna. So when a jiva is in connection with Krishna, who is Dharma Vishaya, Prem Vishaya, Vishaya Vigraha, the identity of the Jaiva Dharma becomes apparent. Our Jaiva Dharma, which is Krishna Prem, will become apparent, will become manifest when we are in connection with Krishna. When we are disconnected from Krishna, we become devoid of all tej, all spiritual power, all empowerment is gone. Just like a small spark of fire is disconnected from the big fire, it will extinguish. It will be gone. But it remains in the fire, it remains great. So Jiva has to be in connection with Krishna, otherwise we'll be lost. Natu mam abhijananti tatvenatas chavanti te. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. If we don't get connected to Krishna, then we'll fall down. It is only when the Jiva is in connection with his object, the Vishaya Vigraha, Krishna, that the identity of its dharma becomes apparent. I'm repeating this because it's very important. Jaiva dharma is there with the Jiva, but when the Jiva is covered by Maya Shakti, then we become tejahin. We lose all spiritual potency. But when we are in connection with Krishna, then we become tejomaya. We become effulgent. What is the Nitya Dharma or eternal constitutional function of the Jiva? We saw this in the first chapter. Transcendental love for Krishna or Krishna Prem is the Jiva's Nitya Dharma. Jiva's Nitya Dharma means Jaiva Dharma. Jaiva Dharma is Krishna Prem. The Jiva is a substance, Vastu, transcendental to mundane matter. And consciousness is that which he is constituted. We saw this. Jiva is Chid Vastu, spiritual. And because it is Chid Vastu, it is Chinmay, and the Chid Shakti is there is consciousness. He is made up of consciousness. Every Vastu has some properties. Mind, is also a Vastu. What is the property of mind? Sankalp Vikalp. Accepting something, rejecting something. That is what mind wants, hankers for something, doesn't want something. Raga Dvesh, Raga Dvesh, Raga Dvesh. Rag means attachment, want. Dvesh means no. Aversion. Attachment, aversion. Wanting, not wanting. To want something, to not want something. Good, bad. This is all these dualities, dvandva, is the property of the mind. Mind always restless, wants this, avoid that, want this, I don't want that. This is the nature of mind, always chanchal. Chanchala hi manah Krishna, pramadi balavad dridham. Tasyaham nigrahamanye vayureva sadushtar. Very difficult to control the mind. Like controlling the wind. We cannot control the wind. Hurricanes come, tornadoes come. There's nothing we can do. We can just hide in the holes underground, take shelter. Similarly, very difficult to control the mind. So mind's property is sankalpa vikalpa. Similarly, the property of the soul, jiva, is chetana, consciousness. That's what Thakur Mahasaya is explaining. That consciousness is that which the jiva is constituted of. The jiva's eternal function is divine love. Not love in this material world, love for Krishna. And the nature of that pure love, pure prem, Shuddha prem, is service to Krishna. This is beautiful Siddhanta. Shri Premdas Paramhams Babaji Maharaj is teaching us that what is the nature of prem, what is the nature of love. Love means service to Krishna. We cannot say, I love Krishna, and then not do service. The symptom of love is we will do service. And how that service should be? Anukullena Krishna. It should be favorable for Krishna. Pleasing to Krishna. Not what I want, not what is favorable to me. What Krishna wants. Anukullena Krishna, Shilanam Bhaktir, Uttama. That is Uttama Bhakti, divine love. So that is a connection between love and service. Krishna Seva is the symptom of Krishna Prem. There cannot be Krishna Prem without Seva. Therefore, the constitutional function of the Jiva, Jaiva Dharma, is service to Krishna. Previously we said Jaiva Dharma is Krishna Prem. Now we are saying Jaiva Dharma is Krishna Seva. Why? Because they are non-different. Therefore, our beloved Srila Prabhupada translated this as devotional service. Loving devotional service. What is the meaning of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Hare Krishna Mahamantra that we chant minimum 16 rounds every day on Tulsi Mala. And then Khaite Shuite Yatha Atha Naam Lai Desh Kal Niyam Nai Sarva Siddhi Hai. While walking, talking, eating, sleeping, we always chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. What is the prayer? Hey Guru Gauranga Gopinath, Hey Krishna, Hey Radharani. Whenever we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, our heartfelt prayer is, my dear Shri Radha, my dear Shri Krishna, please engage me in your eternal, loving, devotional service. How that service is? Shri Narottam Das Thakur Mahashaya explains. Radha Krishna Prana Mor Yugala Kishore Jivane Marane Gati Ara Nahi Mo Kalindira Kule Keli Kadambe Ravana Ratana Bedira Upar Bosabo Duijana Shama Gauri Ange Divo Chandane Ragandha Chamara Dulabo Kabe Heri Mukha Chandra Gathiya Mala Tirmala Dibo Dohar Gale Adhare Tuliya Dibo Karpura Tambule Lalita Vishakha Adi Jata Sakhi Brinda Agyaya Koribo Seva Charanaravinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daseranu Dasa Seva Bhilasha Kore Narottama Dasa. Oh Lalita Sakhi, oh Vishakha Sakhi, every day you massage the lotus feet of Shri Radha, Shri Krishna. Today, can I have the good fortune, please? That is our life. Seva. And this is Seva. So these are the songs that we meditate on while we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Srila Prabhupada taught us. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is a prayer. My dear Radharani, my dear Krishna, please engage me in your eternal, loving, devotional service. Once we should tell Guru Gauranga Radha Gopinath, Guru Gauranga Radha Krishna, that every time for the rest of eternity, this Jiva chants this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and Hare Krishna Mahamantra is Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinnatva Nama Namino. It's Yugal Mantra. It's not different from Radha and Krishna. Radha and Krishna in sound vibration have appeared as Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So whenever I chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, whether it is in Japa on the Tulsi Mala, whether it is clapping hands in Kirtan or with harmonium, Kartal, Mridang, or just with Kritanjali folded hands chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra in Nam Sankirtan, whether it is Khaite Shuite Yatha Tatha Nam Le, while driving, while walking, while bathing, Hare Krishna Mahamantra I chant, my dear Guru, my dear Gauranga, my dear Radha Krishna, please know, Japa, Nam Sankirtan, Yatha Tatha Nam, whenever I chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, from now till eternity, please know that my heartfelt prayer, only prayer, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, only prayer is, my dear Shri Radha, my dear Shri Krishna, please engage me in your eternal loving devotional service in the mood of Das Das Anudas. Gopi Bhartu Pada Kamalayor Das Das Anudas. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada have given us. This is the essence. This is all we have. All we have, bas. You have this prayer in the heart. You offer this prayer to Guru Gauranga Radha Krishna, and all your life, let's just chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Krishna knows what is our prayer. We are in front of Ganpati Mandir. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We are in front of Hanuman Mandir. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It is Narsimha Chaturdashi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But this Hare Krishna mantra is going on, and our Ishtadev knows what is our prayer. What is the meaning of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Seva. Seva. We want seva. Therefore, the constitutional function of the Jiva is service to Krishna, which is the nature of Prem. Aha. Shri Premdas Paramahansa Babaji Maharaj says there are two conditions of the Jiva. The Jiva exists in two conditions: Shuddha Avastha and Baddha Avastha. Shuddha Avastha is the pure liberated state, where we are Gopi Bhartur Pada Kamalayor Dasa Dasanudas, where we are Radha Krishna Seva Pao Ei Abhilashi. And the second Avastha, second condition of the Jiva is Baddha Avastha, which is our condition now in this material world, in a conditioned state, where we are conditioned by our mind and intelligence, where we are conditioned by the three modes of material nature. Sometimes we act impelled by Sattva Gun, sometimes Rajogun, sometimes Tamogun. Samsara Chakra Bhramata Swakarma bhi. In this way, we are stuck in Punarapi Janamam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Jathare Shayanam. As Bhagavad Gita explains, mixture of these modes. 100% under control of modes. Sometimes 90% mode of goodness, 5% passion, 5% ignorance. Sometimes 90% passion, 5% goodness, 5%. Like that, the mix and match. The mixture keeps changing. Sometimes it is 99% and then 0.5, 0.5. Or sometimes it is 30%, 30%, 40%. Like that. It's always a mixture. Sometimes we are in the predominantly mode of ignorance, sometimes predominantly mode of passion, sometimes predominantly mode of goodness. Every day we go through this. Baddha Avastha. Whereas Shuddha Avastha, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankshati samaha sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti labhate param. Mam chayo vibhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sa gunan samatitayata brahma bhuyaya kalpate. That is Shuddha Avastha. Brahma Avastha, where we are situated in constitutional position. Jivara Sarupha Krishna Nityadas. And Baddha Avastha means we are Godas, we are Mayadas. We are controlled by the modes of material nature. So Shuddha Avastha, Baddha Avastha. Jiva is in two avasthas, two situations, two conditions. In the Shuddha Avastha, in the liberated state, the Jiva is completely spiritual, Chinmay, and has no connection with mundane matter. No connection with mundane matter. However, even in the liberated state, the Jiva remains Anu Chid Vastu, infinitesimal, small entity. Not that liberated, so now we have become one with Krishna. That's a misconception. We are always Ishwar Ansh. We are always Mama Amsha Jiva Loka Jiva. The Sanatana. Always. Even in the liberated state, the Jiva remains Anu Chid Vastu and Krishna remains Brihad Chid Vastu. As Srila Prabhupada writes in Krishna book, Krishna never becomes God. Krishna is always God in all circumstances. Ekela Ishvara Krishna, Arasara Bhritya, Jai Jai Shena Chai, Taise Kare Nritya. Therefore, the best prayer is Ani Acho Jadi Prabhu, Amare Nachai. Nachao, Nachao Prabhu, Nachao Se Mate. Now that you have brought me here, Krishna, you make me dance the way you want me to dance. I am your puppet. Kashtera putaliyatha. Nachao se mate. Nachao, nachao, Prabhu. Nachao se mate. However, even in the liberated state, Jiva remains dependent on Krishna. Only Krishna is Om Purna Madha Purna. He is Purna. We are not Purna. We are Apurna. We are Anuchit Vastu always. So this is the difference between Jiva and Krishna. Jiva can undergo a change in condition because he has the quality of minuteness. Size matters. Yes. Why it should not matter? Size matters. Why people are scared of big countries like America and US, Russia? Big countries. It's power. Size matters. Jiva can undergo a change in condition. Chota hai, anu hai. He can become controlled by Maya. Whereas Krishna is Mayesh. He is the Lord of Maya. Mama Maya. He calls Meri Maya. Mama Maya Durataya. Jiva can undergo change. Jiva can be under the control of Maya. And if Krishna gives protection, then Jiva can even give Diksha to Maya. Haridas Thakur Mahashaya. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur. He giving Diksha to Maya. Why? Because Krishna Bal. Not Aham Bal. Krishna Bal. Krishna Bal. Completely dependent. Krishna's Katputli. Krishna. Maro bhi rakho bhi. Jo ichha to. Sharanagat Bhakt. And then he can undergo change. Jiva undergoes change because of minuteness. Best change is to become a Kashtera Putali in Krishna's hands, become Krishna's puppet. So Jiva can undergo change, Baddha Avastha, Shuddha Avastha, because it is minute. Sattvic Jiva, Rajasic Jiva, Tamasic Jiva, Jiva is undergoing change in condition because very minute. Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna never undergoes a change of condition. For by his very nature, he is entity of infinite cognition. He is Brihad Chidvastu. Infinite cognition. Brihad Chidvastu. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Sat Chidananda Vigraha. Anadiradir Govinda. Sarva Karana Karanam. The Jiva, by his essential constitution, Ghatana, as a Vastu, as an object, is minute. By nature, Jiva is minute. Mama Amsha, Jiva Loka. Jiva Buddha Sanatana. Krishna is Amsh. Krishna is Amshi. Jiva is Amsh. Krishna is Amshi. So Jiva, by essential constitution as a Vastu, is minute. Is a part of Krishna. Amsha. Mama Amsha. Part of Krishna. And liable to contamination. Jiva is liable to contamination. Shuddha Avastha, Baddha Avastha. Shuddha Avastha, Ashuddha Avastha. See, Jiva can become contaminated. Conditioned Jiva. Baddha Jiva. Krishna never becomes Baddha. Of course. Chinatsi ghoram yamapasha baddham bandham. Bhinatsi bhimam bhavapasha bandham. Chinatsi sarvasya samasta bandham naivatmano bhakta kritam tu bandham. Na eva atmano bhakta kritam tu bandham. Bhakta krit bandham na eva. Cannot cut. You can cut all other bandhans. Chinatsi ghoram yamapasha. Yampash ko katte ho. Ajamil. Bhinatsi bhimam bhavapasha bandham. You give mukti. Mukti pradata sarvesham vishnu revana samshaya. Mukti means bhava bandhan ko kaat dete ho. So, chinatsi sarvasya samasta bandhan. Your ashrit bhakta making them sannyasis, all worldly ties are cut off. Samasta bandhan kaat dete ho. But nayavatmano bhakta kritam tu bandham. Yashoda Maiya बांध देती है तो आप छुड़ा नहीं पाते. Hare Krishna. Yashoda Maiya comes and ties you up. You cannot extricate yourself. You cannot free yourself from that simple village rope, which has the hair ribbon of Sri Radha. Hair ribbon of Srimati Radharani. Hare Krishna. Namaste stu damne spuradipti dhamne tvadiyodarayatha vishwasya dhamne namo radhikaye tvadiya priyaye namo nantalilaya devaya tubhyam. So Jiva is a minute, liable to contamination and subject to repeated change. Sometimes Pashu Yoni, sometimes Pakshi Yoni, sometimes Manushya Yoni, sometimes Deva Yoni, sometimes Daitya Yoni. Repeated change. Sometimes Mukta. Repeated change. Jiva. Bhagavan Krishna, by his essential constitution as a Vastu, Krishna is supreme, completely pure and eternal. Krishna is Ishvara Parama Krishna. Param Brahma, Param Dham, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavam. Krishna is Pavitra. We can become apavitra. Sometimes Pavitra, sometimes Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarva Avastha Gatopi Va Yasmare Pundarikaksha Sabhayavantara Shuchi. Krishna is always Shuchi, always pure. We are sometimes pure, sometimes impure, sometimes mixed. Krishna is completely pure and eternal. Aha. So that is the difference between Jiva and Bhagwan. Shri Premdas Paramhams Babaji Maharaj is explaining what is the difference between the two types of Jivas in two different avastha, two different conditions. Shuddha avastha of the Jiva. How is that? By virtue of the Jiva's Dharma, the Jiva is great, undivided, pure, and everlasting. All these characters are there in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Ajo nityo shashvato yam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. As long as the Jiva is pure, its Dharma displays its spotless character. As long as the Jiva is pure, Shuddha Avastha, it displays its Dharma. Dharma. Spotless character. Like the Ashtasakis, Ashtamanjaris, like the Dwadash Gopal friends. As long as Jiva remains pure, it maintains its identity and self-conception in accordance with its unadulterated spiritual functions. Swadharma. Hanumanji, Swadharma. Arjun, Swadharma. Like that. As long as the Jiva is pure, pure devotee maintains its Swadharma. Sthai Bhav. Its innate and original egoism, the pure ego, is therefore rooted in the conception that it is a servant of Krishna. Ami tomar nitya das, tai kari eta ash, toma bina anya gati nai. This is called true ego. Ainanda tanuja kinkaram. I am your kinkar. I am your servant. I am Krishna kinkar. Jivera Sarupa Krishna nitya das. That is called true ego. True ego means Ami Krishna Das. I am Krishna Das. That's all. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daser Anudas. Raja kahe Ami Tomar Daser Anudas. Like that. That is a pure ego, that I am the servant. I am servant. Dasosmi. That is real ego. Original ego. Pure ego. There is false ego and there is pure ego. False ego means I am this. I am nice orator. I am learned. I am rich, I am educated, that is, I am handsome, beautiful. That is all false ego. Original ego means dasosmi, dasosmi. Gopi bhartur pada kamalayor, das, das, anudas. That is a Shuddha Avastha of the Jiva, where we are completely spiritual, completely connected to Krishna in service, in our relationship. That is the unadulterated spiritual function, Swadharma. That is our Siddha Swarup. Now, Baddha Avastha of the Jiva, Jiva's true nature is perverted. Does God exist? He is God's Amsha. Imagine. Does God exist? He is asking. Baddha avastha. Perverted. Can you imagine the foolishness of this question? Do you believe in God? People ask in the office. Do you believe in God? One colleague was telling, one doctor was telling, she's told somebody, somebody sneezed something. She said, God bless you. Oh no, you cannot say God bless you. Don't use the word God. Just say bless you. Bless you. And who? Who bless? You bless. You are yourself getting COVID, sneezing, coughing. You yourself have diabetes. You're becoming old. You're going to die. You're going to bless. No. Person who is drowning, how that person can help another person who is drowning? Andha yatha andha upagiyamana. How can a blind lead another blind fellow? No. Help is to be taken. Blessings are to be taken from someone who is beyond birth, old age, disease, and death. Who is beyond Maya. Who is gunatit, beyond the Trigun, Mai Maya. That is Krishna. That is Krishna. That is Krishna. Mataha parataram na anyat kinchit asti dhananjaya mai sarvamitam protam sutre mani gana iva bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridam sarvabhutanam nyatavam shanti mrajati. That is Krishna. Jiva's nature is true nature gets perverted in the baddha avastha. He becomes impure. He becomes bereft of shelter. Anath. One who doesn't have Gopinath is Anath. Bereft of shelter. Anath. Independence Day. Independent. I am self-made man. Anath. You're Anath. You don't have Krishna in your life. You don't have Krishna Ashray. You're Anath. Because Krishna is Nath. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Jivhe Pibasva Amritame Tadeva Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. The Jiva's course of material existence, samsara, comes into effect as soon as he forgets his attitude of service to Krishna. Krishna bhulya se jiv anadi bahirmukh ataiva maya tare deha samsar dukh. This is the Siddhanta. Jiva's material existence comes into effect as soon as he forgets his attitude of service to Krishna. And Krishna bhulya se jiv anadi. Hum anadi kaal se bhule hai Krishna. There was never a time when we forgot. We have always been in forgetfulness of Krishna. Pure egoism recedes. What is pure egoism? Ami Krishna Das. Gopi Bhartur Pada Kamalayor Das Das Anudas. That is pure ego. That goes away, recedes. Okay, so I am not Krishna Das. I am not Krishna Das. I have broken free from Krishna. I am not Krishna Das. Okay, who are you? When the pure egoism goes, pure egoism recedes, it assumes many different forms as soon as he is contaminated by association with Maya. I am Maya Das. I am Company Das. I serve my company. I serve my government servant. I am the Prime Minister. I am the servant of the people. I am Desh Bhakt. I am this Bhakt. I am that Bhakt. I am self Bhakt. I am Indriya Bhakt. Engaged in Indriya Tripti. I am Mani Bhakt. I am Dog Bhakt. I am Cat Bhakt. I am Bacha Bhakt. I serve my kids. My kids are everything. I am Pati Bhakt. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. What perversion. Pure egoism recedes and assumes many different naimittic forms. That pure ego goes, that I am Krishna Das, and now we become Das of so many people, so many conceptions, so many ideas, so many entities. Hare Krishna. Contaminated by association with Maya. Then what happens? Gross and subtle bodies then cover the pure Jiva. Hare Krishna. Jiva is pure, spiritual. Subtle body covers, gross body covers. Because now false ego has come. Pure ego has gone, that I am Krishna Das. So many false egos have come, and now as a result we have to accept gross and subtle body. In his pure spiritual form, the Jiva is exclusively a servant of Krishna. Sarva dharman parityajya Krishna ekam sharanam braja. That is pure ego. Exclusive servant. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Exclusive servant of Krishna. That is pure spiritual form. True ego. When the Jiva, this is the last slide, please pay attention. When the Jiva identifies with the subtle body is sankalp vikalpa. I want this. I want this. I don't like that. I want to avoid that. Yes, that's what I want. Window shopping. I'll buy this. I'll buy this. That is the mind. When the Jiva identifies with the mind, the subtle body, his original pure egoism of being servant of Krishna is covered by all these desires of the mind. And he thinks that he can enjoy fruits of his actions. Hey, it's a capitalist society. Let me work hard and let me enjoy the fruits of my action. Then what happens? The pure ego goes away. The first ego gets covered over, and second ego emerges in the subtle body called Linga Sharir or Karan Sharir or Sukshma Sharir. Different names, same, subtle body. Subtle body is called Linga Sharir, Sukshma Sharir, Karan Sharir. Karan because it is the Karan of our existence in the material world. Desire. Prabhupada would say desire. That is what is keeping us here, and that is what will take us to Golok Vrindavan. If we desire that, it just depends what we want, what we desire. What is our abhilasha? Mora e abhilash vilas kunje diova nayane heribosa yugala rupa rashi. Give me nikunjava so I can with my eyes always see Radha and Krishna. What is the abhilash? That is the question. But when we have so many desires of enjoying in the material world, then the second ego comes, called the Karan Sharir, Linga Sharir, Sukshma Sharir. Gross body will come next. That's called Sthula Sharir. Second egoism emerges, okay? When we think I can enjoy the actions, the fruits of my actions. I will do some action in this world, some karma in this world, and I will enjoy the results of that. Yes, I want to enjoy. Second ego comes. Sukshma Sharir, Linga Sharir. When this combines with the soul's identification with gross body, now to enjoy, we need a gross body. Hai? To enjoy, subtle body is filled with desires. I want that, I want that. But to make it happen, we need a body to do karma and to enjoy the fruits of karma. So then we are given, by Krishna's arrangement, we are given a gross body, Sthul Sharir, physical body. Sthul Sharir, gross body. And then now we think, I am this body. Oh, this body is precious. If this body dies, I cannot enjoy. Ooh, I have to protect this beautiful body. I am this body. Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. Different forms, different senses this body has got. What a beautiful body. You know, everybody loves their body. We may find somebody's body beautiful. We may find somebody's body ugly. But that person loves the body. Isn't that amazing? We are all souls. Ishwaransh. We are all Krishna's Amsha. Ishwaransha Jiva Avinashi. But we all love our own body. You see? Because it is with this body that we are enjoying our senses. Indriya Tripti. Bhog. Vishay Bhog. Vishay Bhog, Indriya Tripti, sense gratification, enjoying the objects of our senses happening with the body. Therefore, this body is precious. Oh, if this body gets cancer, how sad. I will not be able to enjoy. It's all about enjoyment, my dear friends, in this world. See, he wants to enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. So then we want a gross body, Sthul Sharir. And then a third egoism comes. Sthul Sharir. So there is first ego is the true ego, that I am Krishna Das. That is at the level of the soul. When so many desires come to enjoy, I want to enjoy, enjoy. Subtle body comes. Second body. Now to enjoy, we need something, right? So we go to some restaurant. I want to eat. I'm hungry. I want to eat this dish. I want to eat that item. That is a subtle body. It takes you there. Now when you go there, you pay money and then a plate is served. Now enjoy. Enjoy the sizzler. Enjoy the cocktail. Enjoy this. Enjoy the ice cream. Right? That is the gross body. First is the desire, Karan Sharir. I want to eat in a restaurant. I want to eat good food. And you go there, and then the physical, it is given on a plate. You sit on a table, waiter comes and serves you. Then the enjoyment starts. That is our existence. This material body is the gross body to enjoy with. Subtle body is the software. Gross body is the hardware of the computer. Subtle body is the software. And we have got these false egos. Subtle false ego, gross false ego. And we remain in this subtle and gross. The subtle false ego remains same throughout our stay in the material existence. The gross keeps changing. Sometimes I am a man, next life I may be a woman, like Puranjan becomes a woman in the allegorical story in Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto. Becomes a woman in his next life. We may become animal, like Bharat Maharaj became a deer. So the gross body, the third ego, keeps changing every life. But the second ego, the Linga Sharir, that remains same. And what is that? I want to enjoy. I am the enjoyer. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we have to free ourselves from the third ego, that I am this gross body. No. And we have to get rid of the second ego also, the Linga Sharir, Sukshma Sharir. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaya, mama janmani janmanishware, bhavatad bhakti rahaitu kitai. That is a desire we want. Instead of desire to enjoy personally, we want a desire to serve Krishna. That's how we get rid of the second ego. And then we are situated in our Siddha Swarup. Then there is Nayanam Galadashrudharaya, Vadanam Galadash. Then there is Ashlishyava Padaratam Pinashtu. So like that. Shri Premdas Param Babaji Maharaj is giving all these beautiful teachings. I don't feel like stopping. Having obtained a gross body, the Jiva thinks, I am Brahman, I am king, I am poor, I am miserable, I am happy, I am overwhelmed with disease, lamentation, I am woman, I am master of this person, he is my servant, I am that person, I am this person. Thus, the Jiva identifies himself with so many different gross bodily conceptions. A dog thinks I am a dog. A cat thinks it's a cat. I think I am human. See, different egos. When the Jiva associates with these different types of false egoism, his constitutional function, Jaiva Dharma, becomes covered over, becomes perverted. Now, instead of serving Krishna, he wants to serve Maya. He wants to serve the ego. He wants to serve his own desire. He wants to serve the senses. In this way, the Jaiva Dharma of the little Jiva gets perverted, gets lost. Hare Krishna. The discussion will continue. Shri Jaiva Dharma ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Mahashay ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Govinda Sham Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu ji. Prabhu ji, आप म्यूट पे हो. Unmute कीजिए, please.
Okay.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
I want to understand what you just said a little while ago about blessings not to be sought from jivas. So I didn't understand that properly.
The point was that we don't want blessings from someone who is a baddha jeev, someone who is a conditioned soul. We want blessings from someone who is a liberated soul, someone who is in the Shuddha Avastha, someone who is a pure devotee. Those blessings we want. Then we can also progress on the path of bhakti.
Sorry. Thank you.
Martyanam kin utashisha. That verse we are reading in Bhagavad, like that. What is the use of any other blessing, benediction that is within the purview of this material world? We want divya blessings that will take us to the divya dham. इधर सुखी रहो, दीर्घायुष्य रहो, बहुत पैसा कमाओ, ऐसे आशीर्वाद से क्या फायदा? हरे कृष्ण. We want Krishna. Radha Krishna seva pao ei abhilashi. Namo namaha tulasi Krishna preyasi. Hari bol. Hare Krishna. Okay. So it is getting late, huh? So Bhakti Prata Champaklata Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
You were telling about one Prabhu who is staying in, one Sant who is staying in Vrindavan, and for so many years he has done bhajan. So like what is his realization? Like how did he feel after so many years doing all these things, like what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, doing Sant Seva, chanting and everything, like then what is his feeling? How do he feel? I'm interested to know.
Mm-hmm. He feels he has a long way to go.
Oh Krishna.
No, but that is a bhaktera, tathapi bhaktera swabhava, maryada lakshan. A devotee always feels dainya. That is a very great and important sign that the devotee is very advanced. A devotee feels I am not qualified. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Amara jivana sada pape rata nahi ka punyera lesh. Srila Narottam Thakur says that Mosama patita prabhu tribhuvane nahi. There's no one as fallen as me. Kaviraj Goswami is saying, Purushera kita haite moishe papishta, jagai madhai haite moise lagishta. I am more papishta than jagai madhai. I am more lagishta, more fallen than a worm in the stool. Purushera kita haite moise lagishta, jagai madhai haite moise papishta. I am more sinful than jagai and madhai. That is the nature of a devotee. If a devotee says, bahut pragati kar li, baat ban gayi hai, then be careful of such a devotee. Because Sharanagati, first symptom is Dainyata. Dainya Atma Nivedana Goptritve Varana Vasharakshivhe Krishna Vishwasa Pala. Dainyata is the first quality. So this devotee is very humble. He feels he is not doing anything. He is not doing anything. You could tell him to give a class. He said, Arey, Prabhu, I am not qualified. I don't have anything. I'm a menial servant of my Gurudev. Like that. But he's very advanced. So we have to identify such Jada Bharats. They're walking on this planet. They're very advanced. But someone who portrays very advanced, like myself, they are actually nothing. So the realization of this devotee is that he has a long way to go, which shows how advanced he is. Dinera adhikadaya kare Bhagavan. Pandita kulina dhani bada abhiman. ठीक है माताजी? हरे कृष्ण. Divya Agrawal Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I had a question about Maya. You said, we get contaminated with the association of Maya, but we also understand Mother Parvati as Maya Devi. And also the story about Haridas Thakur and the prostitute, coming to him. And I heard somewhere that she's Maya. So how
No. There are two occasions. One occasion happened in near Chandpur, where Ramchandra Khan sent Laksha Hira, the prostitute. Second incident happened in Shantipur, when Srila Haridas Thakur was staying there. That is when Maya Devi came. So there are two incidents when at night lady approached Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur. Once Laksha Hira, prostitute, who became Haridasi, chanting 3 lakh names. And second was Maya Devi herself came to test Haridas Thakur and to glorify him for all time to come. And she became a disciple. So 2 occasions, different occasions.
So whom do we understand as Maya? Should it be Durga Devi? Or we say sometimes I've even heard things. I've even heard something like Maya the witch. So, and we also say Mother Parvati is Maya Devi. So I'm kind of.
Yes, so there is nothing to get confused. Maya Devi is Durga Devi. She is personification, and she is a Param Vaishnavi. One of her names is Vaishnavi. She is Krishna's sister. She is Krishna's external energy, and she always helps in Krishna's Leela. She is always there to serve Krishna and always there to help the devotees. But the way she helps is by producing illusion, by producing allurement and attractions for the devotee. So therefore, in Bhava Avesh, sometimes devotees say that Pishachiya Maya, Jiva Jaga, Gaura Chandra Bole, Kota Nidra Maya Jai, Pishachiya Kole. How long we will sleep in the witch-like lap of Maya. So that is not criticizing Durga Devi or Mother Parvati Devi. Mother Parvati Devi is most puja for us, for all the Vaishnavas. She is our Jagadamba. She is most worshipable. She is our Vimla Devi in Jagannath Puri. So we love and worship Mother Parvati. But it is the Shakti that is manifesting, that produces all these allurements and distractions for a sadhak, for a devotee. Therefore, to protect one's bhajan, a devotee may say, oh, this is illusion, this is witch of Maya. That is not anything personal against Maya Devi. So we have to understand this. This is Maya Devi's service to purify the devotees by testing them. I hope that is okay. Kamal Gopika Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, one more question.
Yes.
Regarding Maya Devi only, we know that Subhadra Devi, she is Krishna's sister, and also I heard that she is Maya Devi. So if Maya Devi is Mother Parvati, then how can she be married to Arjun? Isn't she Lord Shiva's wife?
I personally asked this question to Param Pujya Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj when Maharaj came to Atlanta. Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj told me that Subhadra Devi is Yoga Maya, not Mahamaya. She is the internal potency of Krishna. Okay, Mataji? Okay, Kamal Gopika Mataji?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम प्रभु जी। जो लास्ट में आपने बताया फर्स्ट ईगो, सेकंड ईगो एंड थर्ड ईगो, सो प्योर ईगो इज द फर्स्ट ईगो. So what is the reason that pure egoism recedes? What are the causes?
When we forget our service to Krishna, when we forget our relationship with Krishna, then those other, and we get material desires because of forgetting Krishna, then the other egos come. So it is the nature of the soul, because we are small, to serve someone big. Okay? It is the nature of the jiva to serve someone. And by nature, we are supposed to serve Krishna. अगर हम भगवान कृष्ण की नौकरी छोड़ देंगे तो कोई ना कोई तो एम्प्लॉयमेंट चाहिए ना, तो फिर हम दूसरी अन्य एम्प्लॉयमेंट ले लेते हैं. Then we start serving our senses, we start serving our mind, we start serving our desires. तो वो नौकरी छोड़ के we have to take our eternal नौकरी, permanent job. अभी हम छोटे मोटे ऐसे लोकम जॉब कर रहे हैं, वो छोड़ के we have to go to the real Krishna. ठीक है? जैसे मेन एंगेजमेंट छोड़ के फिर हम बाकी एंगेजमेंट्स कर रहे हैं. So like that. Okay. Hare Krishna. Janesh Gaurang Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Thank you for a wonderful class. Prabhuji, quick question. In the last class, we had learned that the jivas are of two kinds, Nitya Siddha and then Nitya Baddha. So the Nitya Baddha,
your shirt is the color of Nityananda. Nityananda Prabhu's.
That's right. So,
Nitya Siddha, Baddha.
So the Nitya Baddha, they can eventually become liberated and go back to the spiritual world. But we also understand that we are very minute. So we have that tendency to still turn away from Krishna. So if we go back to the spiritual world as Nitya Baddha, is there a chance of still turning away from Krishna and falling back?
Never.
Because we've heard...
Never. Because Devi Prakriti Ashrita. Yes, we are minute, but Krishna is Brihad Chidvastu. No? Krishna is all powerful. Radharani is all powerful. So once we take shelter of Radha and Krishna and we are Devi Prakrita Ashrita, we enter the spiritual world, then we never come back. And this is repeatedly said by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayama shashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gatam. Then Krishna says, natad bhasyate suryo na shashanko na pavaka yad gatva na nivartante tad dhama paramam. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvata tyaktva jeham punarjanma naiti ameti swarga. So repeatedly Krishna says the Siddhanta that once we attain the spiritual world, we never come back. Nobody falls from the spiritual world.
Okay, but we also understand, Prabhu, that we fell from the spiritual world. So how do we understand that, that if you were there, how we fell?
Jaiva Dharma will explain that we did not fall from the spiritual world.
Oh,
We did not fall from Golok Vrindavan.
oh, okay.
Nobody can fall from Golok Vrindavan. Nobody can fall from Vaikuntha. Otherwise, then what is Vaikuntha then?
Okay.
We can fall from there, then how Vaikuntha? That means Maya is more powerful than Krishna.
Right.
To fall down, we fall because of Maya. How can Maya have her jurisdiction in Golok Vrindavan or in Vaikuntha? Impossible. That means Maya is more powerful than Krishna. That is not true. Prabhupada clearly writes in the 4th canto purport, therefore, the conclusion is no one falls from Vaikuntha. Prabhupada writes in the purport like that. And all our acharyas, Jiva Goswami in Shat Sandarbha, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Jaiva Dharma, they have clearly written, nobody ever falls from Vaikuntha. We did not come from Vaikuntha.
Oh.
Jaiva Dharma clearly says, the Nitya Siddha Jivas, they are always in Vaikuntha, and they come from Mool Sankarshan, Balramji. Therefore, Balramji is our Adi Guru. And all of us, the Baddha Jivas in the material world, we have originated from Mahavishnu.
Okay.
When Mahavishnu glances at the Mahatattva, the material world, he impregnates us there. And then at the time of Pralaya, we go back into the body of Mahavishnu. But we were never in Vaikuntha. We have never seen Vaikuntha.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Nobody falls from Vaikuntha.
Okay.
So we come from Mahavishnu, who lies in the Karan Sagar, Karanada ocean, which is still part of the material world only.
Right, right.
It is not from the Paravyoma, from the spiritual sky. So we did not fall from Vaikuntha.
Oh.
We fell in the sense that we fell from Mahavishnu.
Oh, okay.
Not from Golok Vrindavan or from Ayodhya Dham or from Vaikuntha Dham. कैसे possible है? वहां पे माया का प्रवेश नहीं है. Maya cannot enter in the material world. Jahan Krishna taha nahi maya adhikar. This is Siddhanta. So when we are with Krishna in Vaikuntha, how somebody can fall from there?
Okay.
So that will be clarified in Jaiva Dharma.
Oh,
later.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, and as for now. Prabhuji, each and every soul has a seva in Goloka once they are purified and go back. So can we understand that that role is vacant now, as long as the soul is here in the plant, or the vacancy is created?
No.
Seva is created.
So this is not like some corporate company. Spiritual world is Om Purnamada Purnam. It's Purna. There cannot be vacancy. There cannot be any vacuum. There cannot be any vacancy. Krishna is Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrahma Sevyamanam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Krishna is served by unlimited devotees in Madhurya Rati, in Sakhya Rati, Vatsalya Rati, Dasya Rati, Shanta Rati, and still unlimited souls can go there. More. And everybody feels that Krishna is wanting me, Krishna is looking at me. Just like all the gopis felt, there are millions of gopis, but each gopi thought Krishna is dancing only with me. So many sakhas are sitting around Krishna. Every sakha thinks Krishna is looking at me only. Hai? In the 10th canto, it is described. So there is no vacancy, but when we go, Krishna is very happy and Krishna embraces us. And the proof for that is Srila Sanatana Goswami's Brihad Bhagavatamrita. When Gop Kumar goes to Golok Vrindavan, Krishna embraces him. So by Guru Pratap, by the power of our Guru Maharaj, our Guru Parampara, by the power of the mantra that is Parampara Pradatta, that we have received from the Parampara, by doing bhajan, when by the mercy of Guru and Krishna we attain the spiritual world, we will be given our service by the mercy of Shri Guru. But there is no vacancy. Not that, अरे यार ये कब आएगा, इधर कोई सेवा करने को नहीं है. ऐसा नहीं होता.
Maybe still this is also wrong as a thing, but I'm just telling, is it like company is growing, the vacancy is growing,
so
the roles are growing?
Mataji, dekho, there are so many Brahmandas, hai na? And with one inhalation, they enter into Mahavishnu. And then when he breathes out, again they come out. Unlimited universes are coming from his romacoup, from his pores of his hairs. How that is possible? It is inconceivable, isn't it? So in the spiritual world, there is no growth. The company doesn't grow and the company doesn't shrink. Growing and shrinking, these are material phenomena, not spiritual. Spiritual world is achintya. See, we have to understand, spiritual world is beyond the material dimension. In the material world, everything is added, subtracted, growth, then layoffs happen. गोलोक वृंदावन में ऐसा नहीं कि बारिश नहीं तो lay off. न तद भास्यते सूर्यो न शशांको न. कैसे? How this world is imagined? There is no sun, there is no fire, there is no moon, and still there is Sharad Purnima. Still there is Ashtakaliya Leela. How there can be Ashtakaliya Leela when there is no sun? So this is in Kartum Akartum Anyatha Kartum. There is the Upanishad statement that Krishna is therefore Achintya. Mahaprabhu used the word in his philosophy, Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva. Krishna is really Achintya. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Nava Yovanamsha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santah Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam. Sham Sundar is Achintya Gunaswarup. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Achintya. This word is important. Really, we cannot understand how this is happening. Imagine, Mataji, I am a 43-year-old man, probably my IQ is whatever, 100, 110. If I can understand all the mysteries of Krishna, Rahasya, what is Krishna then? I cannot understand how the iPhone works, isn't it? Do we understand exactly how the touchscreen is working? And now I'm speaking here in real time. You're sitting in India and you're hearing me. How quickly this is going through whatever internet set. We don't know exactly how the hardware, software, so many things are working. We cannot understand this. How we can understand Krishna? So we have to just do pranam. Krishna, Param Tattva, Aham na jane. I don't know Krishna, you are the Param Tattva. That is a Siddhanta. We cannot understand Krishna. He's Achintya. We can simply love him. But this great Krishna who we cannot understand, who can create Brahmajis, millions of Brahmajis are Charan Chapra Bhagwan ke, 10th canto, 13th chapter, 14th chapter. Brahmaji is offering prayers. Millions of Brahmaji, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Brahmaji with millions of heads. You have read that? And they are offering obeisances to Dwarkadish, Krishna. So, but this Krishna who is so great, who is worshipped by Brahmaji, Shivji, is simply pleased with one tulsi leaf. Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Dekho. Actually, one devotee in Vrindavan, he had darshan of Krishna and Radharani. Very, very Siddha Mahapurush. And he was asked, कि कैसे आपको दर्शन हुए? तो he says, कोई भजन बल नहीं है, कोई तप बल नहीं है. It is simply the mercy of the Guru Parampara. And he said, simply, all my life I have chanted Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And one day sitting at Radha Kund, I was simply crying, Hey Krishna, Hey Radharani, you have so many devotees, but I only have you. You have so many sevaks, so many servants, but I only have you. Will you ever remember me? Will you ever accept my service? And I was crying. Bhagwan big gaye. Aham bhakta paradhino. Dinera adhika daya kare Bhagwan. Just if we simply cry and offer one tulsi leaf to Krishna, I'm insignificant. You have Lalita, Vishaka Sakhi, you have the Guru Varga serving you, Rup Manjari, Lavanga Manjari. Who am I? I'm nothing. I'm nothing. But Krishna, please accept this. How Prabhupada was crying? You have heard that audio? Prabhupada says, don't take Krishna cheaply. I am nothing, Krishna, but please, I have got this small offering. Have you heard that video? Audio? Prabhupada is crying. But everybody has heard? Kirtan Sundar, you have heard? I have got this small thing for you, Krishna, please accept it. And Prabhupada is breaking down.
Yes.
Hare ko Harinam. Aham bhakta paradhino. Krishna is controlled by a devotee who is just Sharanagat and who cries for him. That's how we have to become. Krishna, I'm insignificant. I have no yogyata vichare. Kichu nahi paye. Tomara karuna sar. We are devotees. Prabhupada writes in the purport. I was reading in first canto. Bhakti Vaibhav. Prabhupada says we are all Kripa Siddha. We are not sadhana siddha. Prabhu says sadhana siddha means the Brahmavadis. वो साधना के बल से they enter the Brahma Jyoti and they stay there. So that is Brahmavadis. Sadhana siddha. It's a devotees kripa siddha. देखो ना, we didn't know Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we didn't know anything. It is simply kripa of Guru Gauranga and Krishna, isn't it? So we are योग्यता विचारे किचु नहीं पाए, कोई क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं, तुम्हारा करुणा सार. We are simply made up of the mercy of our Guru Varga. ठीक है? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. It's getting very late, so very quickly we'll take Shivam Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, like I had that like a question from previous class, only similar question. You tried to explain it many times, but like still I am a little confused, like with that term Nitya Baddha you have mentioned again and again. So like like what exactly is the word Baddha and Nitya? Because like we are saying that Jiva can go to spiritual world. So how then this is Nitya, and does that Baddha there means then like Jiva is here under Mahamaya and then goes to Yogamaya, but it is always under some Maya. So does that mean that thing, or what does like Nitya Baddha means?
Nitya Baddha means that Anadi Bahirmukh. Since time immemorial, we have been forgetful of Krishna. We have been under the clutches of Maya.
So like
bolo.
Yeah, so Nitya means like in future also, like that Nitya, eternal means eternally we are forgetful, right?
This will be discussed in Jaiva Dharma in more detail. Basically, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Vani mein samarthya nahi hai. Language has its limitation. Na? This is how can you use mundane language to explain something spiritual? So the power is not there in language. So for the sake of language, we have to say Nitya Baddha. But that doesn't mean that in the future will remain Baddha. No. Here Nitya Baddha means Anadi Bahirmukh. From time immemorial has been Bahirmukh, but by the mercy of Guru Krishna Kripa, this can become Siddha. And then he will eternally remain Siddha, Nitya Siddha in the future. Like that. And then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says this time, past, present and future is only in the material world. Time doesn't exist in the spiritual world. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains in Jaiva Dharma, in the spiritual world, time is only present tense. Like in the spiritual world, in Golok Vrindavan, Krishna ki Janma Lila nahi hoti hai. Krishna is eternally one age, 15 years. Radharani is 14 years, eternally. This is all there. So, why? Because there is no past and there is no future in Golok Vrindavan, in the spiritual realm. Kal or time, having these three divisions of past, present and future, is only in the material realm. So once a jiva enters the spiritual dimension, there is no influence of Kal. So then the question, are you a Nitya Siddha or are you just became Siddha? Which day did you enter Golok Vrindavan? आपका birthday क्या है Golok Vrindavan में? That is all material dimensions. So in the spiritual world, time exists eternally in the present tense. There will never be future and there was never a past. So it's like we are entering from a different dimension into a different dimension. Now we are covered by these material concepts, past, present, future. है ना? But in the spiritual world, we are having a pure existence. That's why it is said, Uma kahu mai anubhav apna, sat hari bhajan, jagata sab sapna. Goswami Tulsidas says that. So this is the meaning that we, right now, we think everything is true. But in 11th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is explained that this whole material existence is like a sapna. It's like a dream. When you wake up from the dream, you might have dreamt so many things. You might have dreamt you were in Switzerland. So then you ask me, Prabhuji, really, like, so now when will that happen? When will I go to Switzerland? Because I dreamt about it. But does it have any basis? No. In the dream, we may have a dream that I got cancer. Then when we wake up, can we go to oncologist and say, can you treat my cancer, oncologist? Where is the cancer? Oh, in my dream, I saw I've got cancer. No, that dream has no factual existence. It's gone, it's finished. The whole material world is like a dream. When we enter the spiritual realm, none of these things will be relevant. Oh, sometimes we were Baddha, at one point we were Baddha. Oh, I may fall down again. No. Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalaya mashat nam tumanti mahatmana samsiddhim parvam gata. So it's like that. It will come in more detail in the future sessions. The concept of Kal.
So like one more similar question, like so you were mentioning like the dimensions like time and other dimensions are not very much connected with spiritual things, spiritual substance, spiritual world, and transcendental aspects. So like then again this is mentioned about the size of jiva of like 1/10,000 part of the tip of it. So like
Very good.
what is the meaning of
Very
this
good.
size?
It has no meaning. Very good question. See, even in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is mentioned that the spiritual world is 3 times and material world is only 1/4. So that is just to explain. Like in the beginning I explained, spiritual world is beyond time and space. Yahan pe everything is space. My body is 5'7". This house is so many square feet. Everything is measured by space and time here in the material realm. Spiritual world is beyond time and space. So those ideas that divide a tip of hair by 100, then take each part, divide it into 100, it is simply to tell us that the soul is very subtle. बहुत सूक्ष्म है. सूक्ष्म को you call it atomic, you call it minute, you call it infinitesimal. These are different words given by language. Again, language का सामर्थ्य नहीं है. Language has limitations. How can you describe something spiritual with a material language? Is it possible? No, not possible. So these are all just to give an idea. To say that the spiritual world is 3 times, that doesn't mean the spiritual world has an exact dimension. So many miles, so many yojanas is Vaikuntha. No, Vaikuntha is Ananta. It is unlimited. It is beyond space, beyond measurement. That we have to understand. So these things are given 3 times and 1/4 only to give an idea. Material world is very small. It's just a dark cloud in the Paravyoma, and the Paravyoma spiritual sky is unlimited. Okay? Other Ananta has no meaning. Krishna is Ananta, na? That has no meaning if it is only 3 times the material world. So just to give idea, they have given those dimensions. That it is very long, very big. Okay? Hare Krishna. Okay, I will stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anybody has Madhuri, sorry we had to do on Zoom today. But
no worries at all. I'll be needing the recording if possible.
I'll record it. I'll share with you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Kripa sindhu vayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta Vaishnavrinda ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.